Have you ever wondered why the greatest minds in history were once laughed at? Why daring to think differently, to stand alone, almost always precedes true greatness? Today, let's explore why the courage to go against conformity is the first step toward remarkable success. The world teaches you to conform, to blend in, to seek approval. But real change, the kind that reshapes industries, societies, even civilizations, comes from those who dare to be different. Think of a river. Most people flow along its current without questioning, but a rare few, swim against it, knowing upstream lies new life. Richard Branson in 1970 is a shining example. At a time when digital music formats were exploding, he opened a vinyl record store. Everyone said he was mad. They said vinyl was dead, that he was clinging to the past. Branson simply smiled and said, "Going against the market is where opportunity lies." Virgin Records didn't just survive, it flourished, becoming a billion-dollar empire. Branson didn't follow trends, he made his own. The same story unfolds with Elon Musk. He dared to dream of electric cars when the world laughed at the idea. He envisioned colonizing Mars when even scientists shook their heads. Musk built Tesla and SpaceX not by following safe paths, but by forging dangerous, lonely ones. Every time he was mocked, doubted, or declared insane, he moved closer to making history. If Musk had listened to the chorus of doubters, there would be no reusable rockets today. There would be no Tesla revolutionizing transportation. Netflix offers another lesson. When they proposed mailing DVDs directly to homes, Blockbuster executives laughed. "People love coming to the store," they said. "No one wants to wait for a DVD in the mail." Later, Netflix pivoted again, this time to streaming. Once again, the traditional media world mocked them. Streaming is too slow, too unstable, too niche, they argued. Today, Netflix is not just a company, it's a cultural icon that redefined how billions consume entertainment. What unites Branson, Musk, and Netflix? They all understood a brutal truth: the crowd is often wrong. When you walk a new path, laughter and criticism are not signs of failure. They are signs you're ahead of your time. Psychology calls this social conformity. Humans have evolved to fit into groups for survival. Thousands of years ago, being rejected by the tribe meant death. Today, that instinct lingers. We fear standing out. We crave approval. We stay silent when our ideas are different, fearing mockery. But innovators understand something deeper. When you conform, you compete in crowded arenas. When you create your own path, you own the arena. This is where the minority influence effect comes into play. Studies show that when a small but consistent minority challenges the majority, change happens. Not instantly, not easily, but inevitably. History is written not by the many who agreed, but by the few who disagreed, loudly, stubbornly, persistently. Oprah Winfrey faced brutal rejection early in her career. She was fired from her first television job because she was deemed unfit for TV, too emotional, too different, not fitting the mold. Had Oprah listened, she would have faded into obscurity. Instead, she embraced her difference. She built an empire based on authenticity, empathy, and boldness. Today, she is not just a media mogul. She is a symbol of what happens when you dare to be yourself, loudly and unapologetically. J.K. Rowling faced similar rejection. 12 publishers turned down Harry Potter. "It's too long, too strange, too risky," they said. But Rowling refused to dilute her vision. She kept believing, she kept submitting, until one publisher finally said yes and changed the world of literature forever. Imagine if Rowling had conformed. Imagine if Oprah had hidden her emotions. Imagine if Musk had given up after the third rocket exploded. Imagine if Branson had listened when they called him mad. The world we live in would be poorer, duller, emptier. Now ask yourself, are you willing to be laughed at today, to be celebrated tomorrow? Because ridicule is the tax you pay for originality. Because mockery is the toll gate on the road to greatness. How do you train yourself to walk this lonely, powerful path? Here are 5 steps. Step 1. Question everything. Never accept "that's the way it's always been" as a good enough reason. Step 2. Disagree respectfully but firmly. Not all battles are worth fighting, but the important ones always are. Step 3. Find allies, not crowds. 1 or 2 people who believe in your vision are more valuable than thousands who agree superficially. Step 4. Get comfortable with discomfort. If you are not occasionally doubting yourself, you're probably not pushing hard enough. Step 5. Celebrate small acts of rebellion. Every time you dare to speak differently, act differently, create differently, you strengthen your courage. Remember, you don't have to burn bridges, you don't have to fight everyone, but you must reserve the right to think differently, to act differently, to be different. Because in a world that prizes conformity, true greatness comes only from rebellion. In the next video, we'll explore exactly how to build a daily habit of reverse thinking, how to turn it into your competitive advantage at work, in business, and in life. If this message resonates with you, comment below. I dare to think differently. Subscribe, tap the notification bell, and join a community that refuses to settle for mediocrity, because the world doesn't need more followers. It needs more leaders. And every leader was once a rebel. Every rebel was once a misfit, and every misfit was once just someone who dared to walk alone. Hold your light high, even if the wind howls, even if laughter echoes around you. Because the world changes not when we conform, but when we dare.